would you like to discover how to heal your autoimmune diseases? Guru Yogi Shivan will tell us how to do it. And what's so special about Guru Yogi Shivan is he's a modern mystic, master healer, and the living heart of Indimasi Healing Village. And he guides those burdened by stress, anxiety, burnout, and silent suffering. And he does that with a profound presence, insight, and a path to inner reconnection. So, Guruji, tell us about how can entrepreneurs and people worldwide heal from autoimmune diseases? And what are autoimmune diseases?
Heal podcast with Lily Patrascu shares longevity and anti-aging techniques to stay young forever, increase energy, overcome addiction, and live your longest, best life ever. Shared by world's most innovative, alternative, and traditional health thought leaders, healers, and doctors. Discover quantum healing strategies to heal your mind, body, and soul.
Yes, it's a wonderful question, and it is very necessary to acknowledge this autoimmune diseases. All over the world, people are suffering from this. And modern doctors also, technically they say, oh, that is idiopathic. What does it mean? We don't know against these kind of situations, health situations, and we seems to be idiots in front of these incurable situations. That's why it's called idiopathic. Anyhow, autoimmune.
So tell us what are autoimmune diseases? Give us an example of some autoimmune diseases.
Cancer, osteoporosis, rheumatoid arthritis, vitiligo, psoriasis. These are all autoimmune diseases. There is no specific medicine or treatment. It's only managing the disease through some steroids or something like that. And doctors are trying their best to handle the situation, but there is no permanent cure. Why? The system, our immune system, is failing to handle it. That is why it is called autoimmune state.
Thank you. So tell us more about autoimmune diseases. They are called autoimmune diseases because the body is actually kind of like fighting itself, or give us a longer explanation of why they are called autoimmune diseases.
Right. Let me use an example. Don't be upset on that. It's very popular and very common to understand. Suppose we take a family and husband and wife or father and mother. They are the main pillars of the family, and children are taken care of as the parents. But suppose there is always a misunderstanding and clash between the husband and wife or father and mother. What will be the condition of that family? Yes. Think of
chaos.
Chaos. Then there is no order in the system. There is nothing happening properly as the family, as the home. We cannot make the home because there is always a chaotic situation. Same way, our body, mind, spirit is three pillars of our system. Body is tangible molecules. There is blood, cells, everything is there, is tangible. And there is an intangible system called mind. There is no explanation so far given to these people through a system called science. There is no explanation what the mind is. But it is a reality. Everybody has the mind. But where is it? Some people say it is in the brain. Then some doctors are saying, no, it is not in the mind. It is something else. But again, the reality, mind is there. And I say, I have a body. You will say, I have a body. And I have a mind. Question is, I have my mind and body. Then who am I? There is a feeling of soul or self or whatever it is. Something is there called the third reality. So there must be a coordination there must be a harmony between this body, mind, and soul. If the harmony is lost, there is a chaos in the system. That chaos is the cause of autoimmune diseases. Yes.
Thank you. So, do autoimmune diseases get considered incurable diseases in general, except for some exceptions where they actually can be cured? And if so, tell us about how can people heal from autoimmune diseases?
Autoimmune diseases are being cured. In many cases, we can say this like a cancer or osteoporosis are being cured. But actually, what is happening? What is cure? Either through medicine or mind or environmental support. If that harmony is re-established in the system, the cure happens. Note the point. It can be the disharmony can be managed through three ways. Technically, either through the discipline or the environmental support, or through the mind management, because the person should work hard by himself or herself, or through medicines. So, through these three methods, we can bring the harmony back. Then, once the harmony is re-established, body attain immunity. Where there is an immunity, adequate immunity, there is no disease. Simple logic. When the problem comes, body machine function cannot be at ease. It will be having a disease. So getting the harmony back, enhance the immunity is possible to handle and cure even autoimmune diseases.
Thank you. So, what triggers autoimmune diseases? What triggers someone to basically create that in their body? Is it an imbalance of some sort or is it something else? Tell us more.
Yes, there is. Again, another example I can give. Suppose we want to construct a wall. We brought a mason to construct a brick wall. But unfortunately, he doesn't know how to do it. And he kept the bricks in an orderless way. We look, there are some projections, there are some dips in the wall. Same way, we have a cell binding in our system. Each and every cell is connecting each other. There is a communication between the cells, like the bricks of our body. So every cell is having its own intelligence also. It is scientifically proven. So when the communication between or the arrangement between the cells are lost, then cells will behave different way. Strangely, it will behave. When the cells start behaving in a strange way, orderless way, it may grow fast or it may grow slow, and it will die fast. So many disorders can happen that will be manifesting as different diseases. Based on the symptoms, we say when the skin cells fail to communicate each other, it may be called as psoriasis. When the flesh cells, behave in a strange way and they grow fast, we will say, oh, that is cancer. When the bone is, degenerating beyond certain limit, cells are not behaving the way we want or the soul wants, that is what's called bone cancer or, like osteoporosis. So different names are given based on the manifested form of disease. But the fundamental cause is losing the harmony or less immunity. If you look in the forest, I used to spend years in the forest as part of a meditation. I saw a perfect harmony there. Birds and animals and everybody is having their own proper life, and they had good what I experienced. They have their harmony. They will go, in tune with nature. Surprisingly, once I saw this group of elephants will go to drink water through a certain channel. This tribal people know that there will not be snakes. Because snakes know these guys will every day go pass through that way. It should not be being there. It will be hurt. So like that, then when they get disease, which veterinary doctor is going there and treating them? Even a leopard will start eating grass sometime. Stray dogs, if you notice, they will stop eating. Then they will sniff some grass and they will eat. That means the doctor is within. That is our instinct. When our instinct lose the communication with the intellect, we will lose the immunity, the harmony. When the immunity is low, based on the present situation, different types of disease will be manifesting. This is what is called autoimmune disease. Again, all diseases are diseases. But some diseases, simple diseases, can be immediately cured by the medicines. Let's say, okay, that is curable diseases. When things go beyond medicines, then say it is autoimmune disease, medicines are failing. This is the categorization. So the root cause is the lack of immunity. That our attention should go, what is immunity? Then how it can be maintained? That is the question.
Thank you. So I have two questions there. First, tell us more about the triggers. What brings a body to this state of autoimmune disease? Like what specifically? Is it like too much stress? Is it like lack of sleep? Or I don't know. Are there any particular factors that lead towards an autoimmune disease? You explained it and I understood, and it was really beautiful how you explained it, but I want you to tell us more specifically what kind of bad behaviors or toxic things that we perhaps do ourselves that lead to that. And secondly, tell us more about then how do we cure it? How do we elevate the immunity so that there is no autoimmune disease?
Yes, the cause of lack of immunity is scattered mind. So earlier, when we were born as human beings in the beginning, we were as same as the animals. We were not highly intellectual. We were instinctive, like animals. Animals can sense things what are happening outside, and they are not stressed. If you see a deer is grazing, a tiger pass by, the deer will sense the tiger is aggressive or not. If the tiger is not aggressive, the deer will not bother. But the moment tiger is hungry and it is aggressive, the deer will sense it. It will run fast. That means it has no worries. It's only actions. All are instinctive, not thinking. When it starts running, the autonomic nervous system is active, sympathetic nervous system. So their intellect has nothing to do. Hormones will take over, then it will be running for its life. So it's not thinking. Then once the tiger is chasing, then after some time, tiger came to know it is impossible to catch this guy, tiger left. Immediately, the deer came to know the danger is gone, it is not stressed. It came out from this one autonomic nervous system, immediately shifting to parasympathetic nervous system. Then immediately it will start grazing. This is what instinctive reactions. But here in human being, what's happening? We fill with our intellect. There is no tiger. We will think, oh, there can be a tiger. That makes the stress. Because we've got a lot of information about the attack of the tiger or an enemy. Then suppose somebody is coming. Instead of getting into action, we will be worrying. Oh, if I fail, what will happen to my children? What will happen to my business? Instead of action, we are thinking. This is the problem of being a slave of intellect. Modern man lost its animal instinct. Modern man is nothing but a social animal, nothing else. We think we are something special. In front of the law of nature, everybody is same. We are one among these countless species. So when we fill our brain with all informations, our intellect is maximum handling 5% of our total actions and reactions or the functions. 95% is managed by our instinct. When we lose the connection between our instinct and the intellect, that is the cause of lack of immunity. The brain is overloaded through informations. That is the cause of, out of focus. When there is, no focus, there is no strength. What is a laser beam? The light waves are condensed, focused, and once it is forming a beam shape, light waves, it can penetrate any obstacle. Same way, our mind, modern man's mind is completely scattered because of our, modern inventions. Now we are talking. Now, sitting in different parts of the world, we are interacting. So this is our wonderful gain. But so long as we are completely depending on the intellect, informative knowledge, we are ignoring the instinct. The moment we re-establish the instinct, mind will be comfortably focused back. Once mind is focused, it will gain strength. If we have a strong mind, everything is managed by that mind, no stress. If the body is stress-free, the mind is actually manifesting as matter. Now, quantum physics is declaring E is equal to M. Energy is manifesting as matter. 2500 years ago, a book is written here in Ayurveda, in traditional India. Sharira Manaso Yogo Parasparam Anurjet, Sanskrit language, meaning is body, matter, and mind, energy are complementing each other. The moment we lose that mind, body, or energy, matter coordination, then the machine cannot function at ease. This is the cause. So first discipline we have to gain is learn to focus the mind. Mind has tremendous power, but it is not properly, adequately used. We should train, modern man should train to connect himself or herself within. Usually, mind is wandering everywhere. Now we know what's happening in the outer space. We are worried about something happening in the outer space, but we are not worried what is happening in my heart. We lost the connection. Re-establish the connection, then no disease is beyond control. That is the philosophy.
Thank you. That's really fascinating what you said. So tell us about how does someone quiet that mind so that there is that reestablishment of that instinct, that animalic instinct that kind of was and is currently, let's say, helping animals to heal and graze and get whatever they need from nature so they can heal. What do people have to do in order to reestablish that connection where they know they can listen to their own wisdom so they can basically heal themselves?
Wonderful. We know when our mind is stressed or out of control, there will be a disturbance or irregularity in the breath. If you or somebody goes to a psychologist or a psychiatrist with this disturbed mind, immediately the psychologist will say, okay, relax, have a glass of water. So change the attention. Then ask them, take some deep breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is, what does it mean? The moment the mind is disturbed, the body reflection is the irregularity of the breathing. When there is an irregularity in the breathing, you can see palpitation, heart rate will change. It clearly is showing that brain, lungs, and heart, 3 organs are complementing each other. When you are so scared, check, your heart will be beating fast and your BP is shooting high. Why? So they are intricately connected to the functions of the mind. So directly we cannot catch the mind. We can catch the mind through these organs. So the link between the brain and heart is lungs. The moment we focus our mind on the functions of lungs, we will immediately come to know mind is coming under control. That's why if you are familiar with the yoga, the prime focus is on breathing exercise. Why? Breathing exercise, the quantity of oxygen, inhalation and exhalation, if you are managing, directly it will affect the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is the biggest nerve, starting from the brain and ending the gut. So if mind is being focused over there with the help of the function of lungs, you will come to know mind is slowly being centralized. If you don't have a centralized thought, there is a technical term used in the medical field, eccentric. eccentric. So anybody who is not succeeding in focusing the mind in the central canal of our spinal cord, they are called eccentric. In that sense, how many people are centralized, having centralized thought in our world? So here we should be responsible with ourselves. Our strength is lying within, but unfortunately, we forgot to explore it. Even we are not acknowledging it. So just bring the attention back to the system. We will start gaining that strength and happiness which is kept or stored within us. The practical method is simple breathing techniques as an exercise. One more thing, to make everybody responsible for their existence, I will ask you 4 questions. Which are the real energy sources for our maintenance or our existence? Second, what are they? And which is the most important energy from that, and how it can be managed? These are the 4 questions. I will give the answer. The first thing, we have 4 types of visible energy should be gained from nature. We have to eat food energy. We have to drink water energy. We have to have some exercise to maintain the heat of the body. It's fire energy. And we have to breathe incessantly, then breath energy. And once we manage this 4, a 5th energy is naturally gained. We have to sleep comfortably. We must have sound sleep for gaining the sound energy. There is a subtle sound in nature as a vibration. We are intricately connected to that. These are the 5 energies we have to maintain. And among these 5, second question, which is the most powerful and essential energy? Without food, we can survive for days. Without water, we can survive days. Without heat, 8 hours we will survive. Without breath, how long we will survive?
Less than a minute.
2.5, maximum 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes oxygen is not supplied, brain will stop. 3 minutes, heart will stop. So the most powerful and important energy is breath. That is directly connected to our mind. If you are not breathing, even as a test, you hold the breath, or you just go in a swimming pool, go under the water and try to hold the breath. After maybe 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, you will come to know you are not thinking. You will struggle, how far I can go, how far I can go. That will be the single thought remaining in your mind. If you are not breathing, mind is stopped. So this is the way we have to bring the mind back to our body. The moment we try to or establish a union between our mind and matter, you can see a third reality will be evolved. That is what is the 5th energy, power of the self. Once you understand the power of yourself, you will be the person who is having self-confidence. If you have self-confidence, nothing can stop you in this world.
Thank you. So are you saying that when you apply these techniques of the energies and also breath work and all of those things, that your body can heal itself even from autoimmune diseases? And if so, how will the body actually heal? Where will the body find the tools, the resources to actually heal itself? Is it just all of these energies combined that kind of work towards that? And if so, how long it takes to actually heal?
It depends on how powerful your approach is. According to Indian traditional system like yoga therapy, Ayurveda, we have to connect ourselves back to the law of nature. There is an energy which is controlling our body and mind. Just for example, healthy ladies, they have menstrual cycle. Okay, what is that natural gap between 2 cycles, menstrual cycle of it? Okay?
Yes. You mentioned that ladies have a natural cycle. Yes. Please continue.
Yeah. So the gap between two cycles, naturally, it's 28 days. Sometimes some changes, 2, 3 days ahead and below, something like that. But otherwise, 28 days is the gap. Specific question, why 28? Why can't it be 100 or 200? It is convenient for ladies. Why? It is closely or it is connected to the cycle of moon. So moon will take 28 days to complete its rotation around the earth. Within that 28 days, in a healthy lady's body, an egg will be produced. It will the body intelligence will take care of it. If it is not used within the 28 days, it will be discarded. Again, the process will be on. So in Ayurveda, thousands of years ago, it is written, Pujaindu Hedu Pratimas Artava, meaning is the menstrual cycle is completely controlled by the power of moon. A person who is mentally disturbed, we will call him lunatic. Why? The people who are taken care of, lunatic asylum. A person who is having asthma, full moon day, new moon day, you check him, that asthma will be aggravated. So our functions are, body, mind functions are closely associated with the moon and sun. And the solar system is completely in contact with the other constellations. It is not a simple action. Our body is an essential part of this cosmic dance. Here, we should be able to understand the energy which is manifesting in our system. The moment we become aware of that, our, the immunity will be enhanced. But instead of thinking very high, be aware of our necessaries or necessities. So here, learn to use food as medicine. Eat when you are hungry. Human beings, only human beings are going or eating with a cloak. No other species is eating with a clock. So when you are hungry, you eat. Be like an animal. I am not telling that animal. Actually, that is animals are usually using their subconscious mind. We don't want to say animal instinct. We have conscious mind and we have subconscious mind. 95% of the functions in our system is managed by our subconscious level or instinctive level. Be aware of that. So eat when you are hungry. Second, drink water when you are thirsty. Third, do the necessary stretches. How we will come to know which are the necessary stretches? You can look inside. If you look outside again, you see cats. They will stretch with a certain position. In yoga, it's called cat stretch. The moment it is coming out from the sleep, it will have a stretch. When it is going to fight, it will take a form. Everything is the stretching of the muscles. Dog will stretch. Tiger will stretch. Snake will stretch. Everybody will keep stretching. But which is the way humans are stretching? We don't know. We must find out that. There is a few stretches, comfortable and complementary for us. We should learn to do exercise as medicine. First, food as medicine. Second, exercise as medicine. Third is breathing. How many times we breathe a day?
All the time.
All the time. No. 21,600 times within 24 hours. That is our normal rhythm. If we are mentally stressed, we'll go to 28, 30,000. Short breath. When we have short breath, mind cannot function at ease. It will be stressed. That is why stressed people, they will have short breath and they will have short life. Life is nothing but the kind of counting. How many counts your lungs will beat? Some turtles will live more than 250 years. You know why? Their breath rate is 5 breaths a minute. Dogs will breathe around 24 to 26 breaths per minute. And their lifespan is 14 to 15 years or 20 years maximum. Human beings, we will breathe 13 to 15 times a minute. Our lifespan is like 90, 100, 110 like that. So everything is closely associated with the rhythm of breath. So learn to breathe consciously. Then how to manage the mind. You should learn to focus the mind either in an object or a subject. When we manage these four energies, food as medicine, then exercise as medicine, breathing as medicine, mind as medicine, then the energy of our self, the reality will be aligned with that. The moment it is aligned, you will establish a connection with nature. You will be aware of the nature which is supporting you. Your breath is not only because of your lungs are expanding and contracting. There is a cosmic energy supporting you to expand and contract. Because of that, oxygen is going in and carbon dioxide is expelled out. When nature disconnects that energy, this machine will stop. We say, oh, he's gone. Even if we try to pump some energy or oxygen in the blood, body will not assimilate the oxygen. That means that the system is disconnected from the cosmic energy. So if you want to handle this autoimmune state or the disturbance in the system, immune system, be aware of your inner balance and external balance. So that's why again you have to be aware of the connection between your system and the nature. The moment we establish that, a third reality will be activated, which is called the knowledge of self or self-awareness. Establish it, then no disease is beyond control. Our prime subject is this. The moment we enhance our immunity by balancing this four energy, everything is possible and the system has all potentials available in nature. See, modern science is declaring that there is no difference between micro and macro. Whatever is available in the universe is available in your single cell. It's modern conclusion. Traditional science also declared it in India around 11,000 years ago. A book is written. In that book, it is saying that Anoraniyan Mahado Mahiya. Means there is no difference between Anu, the minutest, Mahad, the biggest.
So, can I interrupt to ask you one thing? So, what is the proof that this technique actually works? So, I'm talking like, did you work with anybody that has healed from autoimmune diseases leveraging some of these techniques? And if so, tell us some case studies of entrepreneurs or people that have managed to either heal or relieve the conditions that they had that were autoimmune diseases.
Okay. Personally, if you ask me, I have a hospital here, integrated hospital, Ayurveda, Siddhaveda, then modern medicine, naturopathy, yoga therapy. It's like all types of, all branches of treatments and medical system is integrated. I have a list, a data, psoriasis, cancer, and osteoporosis, chronic allergies, which were controlled by managed by only steroids. I have the data. It's available here. We have 7 doctors, and they are keeping all records before the treatment, before the discipline. I'm sorry to say, I don't like treatment. Before the training, I say it's training, how to manage. Before the training, after the training. So we have the data. Then there are many data available around the world, but people will ignore it. Oh, it's an individual claim. You know why? We are irresponsible to manage ourselves. This is the problem of intellect. We need to be informed. See, like you are also now immediately falling into that. Where is the proof? There are things which are beyond our senses. Like just for example, all our system is, our complete system is managed by a certain faculty. We can say hemoglobin. Correct now? Hemoglobin is holding the oxygen and it is spreading everywhere. The heart of the hemoglobin is iron atom. Correct? If you see the historical scientific things, iron atom is not produced anywhere in the factory or any human beings cannot produce iron atom. Where the iron atom is produced, as a scientific explanation, it's happening, it is being produced during the collision of galaxies. So when some galaxies many light years away from us, they are colliding each other, that iron atom, how it is available on Earth? Can you find a reason behind it?
No, but I mean, I'm more interested in more practical things that are related to this, less philosophical stuff, more like what I want to know is, for example, the autoimmune diseases. Give us some examples of three people that you have helped to heal from autoimmune diseases or to relieve their conditions, and tell us how their case study was. Let's say, I don't know, Pedro had whatever, and then how long it took to recover or to feel better or
Okay.
just to sense like
I can show you three, but
Okay,
I'm sorry I cannot reveal the details of the person.
that's fine. That's fine.
One lady came here. She was having vitiligo, complete patches all over the body. And they had gone through almost all hospitals around the world. There was no uh, treatment, there was no change. And when they came here, I said, see, this is beyond medicine. They said, yes, it's beyond medicine. Then I slowly brought her attention back. She's a lady. You know what happened? She is a mother of two children and around 55 years old. What happened? Few years ago, her son, at the age of his 26, after the marriage, he got a son, and immediately, all of a sudden, he got little fever, went to the hospital, declared that it's cancer. Nothing could do. Within few weeks, that boy died. When a mother lost her son of age of 26, all of a sudden, who was having a son, she has a grandchild also. She became so upset and she was very religious. She was having a thought that God is there, God will take care of everybody, my children will be taken care of. So that kind of belief was there. All of a sudden, she became an atheist. Atheist in the sense, not like externally, but she felt a rejection with all hopes. That gave her little bit, the imbalance in the system. She started hating everyone. Everything she started hating, being a mother. The hatred, once it is gone deep into her cells, the cells started hating each other. This is the cause of autoimmune state. Hatred is the real cause. When I hate somebody, first the hatred is established in my mind. Then from my mind, it will permeate to the cells. When cells are hating each other, they will behave strange ways. That was the cause of this disease. But intellectually, she was not aware of these things. But it was happening in her instinct. That's why medicines were failing to support her. So when I came to know this thing, slowly I gave her some stories from the tradition and all these things. I used my intellectual knowledge to convince her that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Thermodynamics, which is written in our ancient science also. Then, if one form of energy changes, it will appear in another form. So I convinced her, her son has not gone anywhere, but he has shifted to a different dimension of existence as in a different energy form. I used my techniques. The moment as a mother, she got convinced that his or her son is existing somewhere, if she can come out of this grief, come out of this pain of losing, he can go high. I convinced her. That was the medicine. Within 3 weeks, the patches started changing. Now I can show you. She is so happy to share her experience with everybody, but I don't want to disclose the name. But we have the solid proof. That is one among many. Then another person came. He always used to keep one towel with him as handkerchief. You know why? He was suffering from allergy. Nose was dripping. And he tried even steroids also, but it was not helping. Within 1 week, with certain disciplines of breathing, he completely came out of that problem. So if you want, you can verify, or personally, I can send you the medical report without the address, because I don't want to reveal that. That is against our ethical. But we can, they said, you can show all this report, but please keep our identity away from that. Third is, there is a state called orthostatic tremor. People will start shaking violently without any control. So there is no control. One lady was admitted in one of the multi-speciality hospitals. Then they were giving all steroids and everything. Finally, doctors came to know if they increase the dosage of steroid, it may lead to a cardiac arrest. Then they said, sorry, now you find some other alternative methods. Then that lady came here completely shivering. Then slowly we brought her back to first change the food, then gave some acupressure, like we say, marma therapy, triggering energy points, then made her breathing properly. Then same time, if necessary, modern medicinal support. So like that, within 4 weeks, that lady walked back home. So we have all proofs, even video.
Thank you. Tell us more about using the mind as medicine. Does that include, for example, using affirmations, or does it include more like a self-awareness of what kind of led you to that particular state? Like, for example, how you talked to her and you realized actually the problem was this or the problem was that. Would you say that it is a combination of kind of like, let's say if you've always hated yourself because of something that happened in the past, and you're kind of like aware of it, and you have a condition that is manifesting as an autoimmune disease. Is it just a matter of like understanding what caused it that kind of like helps you to heal it? Or is it also a combination of that with affirmations or something else? Tell us more about using the mind as medicine.
Yes. Actually, we have to delete the memory of the disease from the mind. That is the key. But unfortunately, modern educational system is training us. Even your question, how we can come out of the hatred. When I say that I don't hate anybody, actually what's happening, I'm affirming the hatred in my mind. Just again, another example, especially we are always going through examples. I give you as a present, I give you a phone. I claim that it's a magical phone. You dial any number, anywhere in the world, immediately that person will contact you. It's a magical phone. Imagine. But one condition. Before you dial the number, you should not think of a monkey. You should not think of a monkey and dial. When you will use the phone?
I will definitely think of the monkey.
Yes. So you cannot forget something, saying that I should forget that. The moment you try to forget that, you are reaffirming that in your mind. So this is the danger. This is the problem. So if you want to use that phone without thinking a monkey, I should say that, before you dial, you think of a cat. When you think of a cat and try to dial, naturally the monkey memory is taken away from your body. This is what we have to do. When we try to focus our mind, we should say that I am energy. Energy is infinity. When we try to feel that matter is the manifested form of energy, energy is infinity. This is the thought we have to create or establish. When we try that, there will be something happening phenomenal within you. Keep this one in your mind. Whenever something is intricately connected or united, that two things which are being united will lose their identity. A third reality will evolve. Just for example, hydrogen. It's a combustive gas. Oxygen is complementing fire. Two gases. But if you make a union between these two gases, what will happen? Both will lose their identity. A third reality will be evolved, which we call water. Both gases gone, water evolved. Same way, we have mind and body. They are complementing each other for fulfilling desires. Mind is producing desires, body is complementing to fulfill the desires. That is what is creating the imbalances in the system. The moment we try to make a union between this mind and matter, both will lose their identity. An energy segment, dimension will be evolved within us, which is connected to the law of nature. When we establish that third reality, self awareness, nothing can happen in our system because all negatives are being eliminated. Because always we are evolving or establishing the happiness and strength. Because the third reality is universal law, universally strong, universally spread. When you are thinking of infinity, how a finite thing can happen in your body? When light comes, naturally darkness should vanish. Same way, if you have a memory of disease in the mind, so long as the memory exists in your mind, there is no healing in the body because mind is manifesting as matter. According to modern science, within 180 days, almost 99% of your cells will be reproduced. Old cells are gone, new cells came. Then ask yourself, if your body is completely reproduced with new cells, how a disease can exist in your body more than 6 months? Because the disease is existing in the memory. Even when new cells are coming, from the memory of the disease is infused in the body, in the cells. Here we should attend. From the memory, the memory of the disease should be replaced by health, the positive infinite energy. Once your mind is filled with happiness, exuberance, the knowledge of or the thoughts of infinity and compassions and everything, naturally other negatives are being eliminated. It is being converted. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but you can convert a negative energy into positive energy. This is what is called self-maintenance or immunizing ourselves through the management of mind. You might have heard about meditation. People think simply sitting and closing your eyes and dreaming is meditation. No, meditation is the perfect management of mind. Through that, the matter is managed.
Thank you. Tell us where entrepreneurs can connect with you.
I have a website, intimacy.com. Vishnu will share with you that. And we have a team. They are always in contact. And in YouTube, my Yogi Shivan talks are there. I'm always trying my best to spread this wisdom to everybody. So I'm available. So everybody can contact us through this website, intimacy.com. Vishnu will share with you.
Follow me for more interviews with world's most innovative health change makers to live your healthiest life ever.